It's one of football's hottest topics and one of football's most widely debated subjects. How would Celtic go in the English Premier League? Relegation battlers? Mid-table dwellers? European contenders? It's easy to make a case for all three categories. But one thing that is not debatable is just how dominant Celtic are in the Scottish League. 69 games unbeaten until this past weekend. A streak that I think almost everybody has some respect for. But today, we test out how Celtic would go in the English Premier League, but also beyond that. Can we turn the Hoops into European powerhouses and claim a second Champions League title, their first since 1967? Let's find out. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome to probably one of the most highly requested rebuilds in rebuild history. Today, we're going to be rebuilding Celtic Football Club. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Celtic into the Premier League, but the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to take away the lowest rated team, like the lowest standings team in each division. So the EFL League 2, Forest Green are currently sitting last on 20 points, so they'll go into the Scottish League. Bury are currently last in League 1, so they go down to League 2. Birmingham are currently coming last in the Championship, so they go down to League 1. And Swansea City are currently coming last in the Premier League, so they go down to the Championship, which means Celtic are in the Premier League. But fellas, if you are pumped to see this Celtic rebuild, make sure that you leave a like on the video, and also make sure that you bloody Scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. We're trying to hit 150,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and we are so damn close. For those of you who have not seen a rebuilding challenge video yet, here are the rules. So the main objective of this is to take a team to the Champions League final. We will be simulating every single game up until the Champions League final, which we will play ourselves. We can make whatever transfers we like. Realistic, unrealistic, it does not matter. There's a big focus on the transfer window, only showing players that we sign. And finally, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. Let's get into the rebuild. So this is what our starting 11 looks like for season number 1. And you might notice a few of the overalls are different. That's because we couldn't download the latest squads. We had to use current customized squads. So Tierney's a 74 rated instead of 75. Dembele is 75 instead of 76. Just small little things like that. The potentials will probably be a little bit thrown off, but overall, mostly the same. Just had to use current customized because we had put Celtic in a different league. But anyways, in terms of transfers for this first season, probably going to try signing ourselves a new goalkeeper and then maybe a new right back, but we'll see how we go. Let's get into the transfer business with Celtic. I mean, normally if I got a couple £1 million for a 32-year-old player, I would take that, but I'm not going to be selling Scott Brown. I know how much of a Celtic legend he is, so I'm going to block offers for him. So our first signing is going to be in between the sticks. It is going to be Alfonso Areola, the former PSG keeper, signs for us here at Celtic for £16.5 million. A player departure here, as we have sold James Forrest to Burnley for £7.5 million. We've brought ourselves in a brand new right back as we signed Tin Jedvaj here from Bayer Leverkusen, a great pickup. The 21-year-old signs for £12.8 million, and I think I said he was German. He's Croatian, my bad. Alright, so that's the end of the opening window here in charge of Celtic. Okay, so we're over halfway through the season, 21 games played. We're in a relegation battle, boys. We are in 18th position on 21 points. Newcastle and Brighton look just about gone. We're going to make ourselves our first pre-contract signing for this rebuild. I wanted to sign a new centre midfielder, and we're going to go about it the roundabout way, signing Ozan Özyakup, the Turkish centre midfielder here from Besiktas. I felt like we needed a bit of help in our defensive ways, so I've gone ahead and signed Lewis Dunk from Brighton for £8.3 million to join our backline. So that concludes January. We've done pretty well with the money we had. We have survived by the skin of our teeth. We finish in 16th position, 4 points clear of the relegation zone. Celtic live to fight another day in the English top flight. Newcastle, Crystal Palace and Brighton all get relegated. Man United win the league. We were eliminated in the round of 16 of the FA Cup. And we did nothing in the League Cup. Chelsea won that. Juventus won the Champions League, an all-Italian affair. Fair play to Napoli. And Villarreal defeat Lazio in the Europa League final. So that is our first season with Celtic done and dusted. We survive in the Premier League. Let's get into season number 2. So since Patrick Roberts headed back to Man City after his loan spell, I decided let's invest at the start of this season in a quality right midfielder who can stay with us for a large chunk of the rebuild, and we have done just that. Federico Chiesa is going to sign from Fiorentina for £21 million. A player departure here as Scott Sinclair, who's been in fine form for Celtic in real life to my understanding, is departing the club. 29 years of age, he is off to Red Bull Leipzig for £9.8 million. A massive deal here on deadline day. Not only have we improved the right hand side of our midfield, but we've improved the left hand side, signing Mikel Oyarzabal. I'm just going to call him Mikel from now. The Spaniard is going to sign for £26.5 million from Real Sociedad. Alright, so it's been a pretty busy transfer window. We have revolutionized our attacking part of this side. We're turning into a quality side here. Very interested to see how we're going at the halfway point, so I'll check in with you guys in January. So I mean, slow and steady progress is what I asked for, and under halfway through the season, just about halfway through the season, we're in 15th place. 4 points out of the relegation zone, but 3 positions better than last season, so yeah, slow and steady progress. Watford currently leading the Premier League table, which is quite weird to see. They always seem to do well in these simulated videos, but very hopeful that we can make a solid crack of it in this second half of the season and finish maybe not mid-table, but in the 12th to 15th range. I would like that. Unfortunately, we weren't able to wheel and deal as much as we were able to last January. No players in, no players out. Let's check out the end of the season and hope that we survive relegation again and potentially go up the table, whatever. We have had a remarkable second half of the season. We finish in 10th place. That's a huge turnaround. Okay, so I'm pretty damn happy with that. We finish above Arsenal and Leicester. Mid-table, that is ahead of my timeline, but I'll take it. Man City end up winning the Premier League, 1 point ahead of Chelsea, 3 points ahead of Spurs. And Huddersfield, Fulham and Villa all relegated. We did not make it to the last 16 of the FA Cup this season. Man City went on to win the FA Cup. And we made it to the quarterfinals of the League Cup, where we unfortunately lost to Hull on penalties. Man City also went on to win that. Manchester United win the Champions League, and Lyon beat Barcelona to win the Europa League final. So definitely a much better season number 2. Mid-table finish, quality signings, let's continue to be great. Let's continue our journey to the Champions League final with Celtic. We kick off season 3 with a player departure. Christian Gamboa off to Derby County for £2.3 million. A bargain buy here as we sign Alessio Romagnoli to the side. The Italian centre-back joins for £22 million. That was his value. His value was £22 million. For some reason, it's just gone down to 21. But we've signed him for a great price. Really going to bolster up our defense. Welcome to Celtic, Alessio Romagnoli. Alright, so this is the end of the transfer window. We've got a fair amount of money left over, like 25 million or so left over. And I definitely think the next position we try to upgrade is going to be the attacking mid spot. Yes, Tommy Rogic is an absolute legend, but I want to bring in somebody else. He's got not too much more room to grow in this rebuild, so definitely want to try bringing in a quality attacking midfielder. Gonna have to look at doing that in the January window. Hopefully get some more funds on board. Let's see how we go for the time being. Things are definitely going a lot better here in our third season in charge. just about halfway through the season, the 1st of January 2020. We are in the hunt well and truly for European football. 6th position, 27 points. This is what we want to see. Chelsea and Man City kind of establishing a 2-horse race at the moment. And if we look down, Watford, Norwich and Bournemouth all in big trouble. So let's get into the window now and see what we can do. A massive pre-contract signing here. Andreas Christensen, one of my favourite young players to buy in career mode, coming to the club here on a free. The Dane is coming to Celtic next season. What a massive signing for our backline. And a massive signing for the now. Marko Rog is the 2nd Croatian player to join the club. He signs from Napoli for £26 million. We are turning into a top quality side. So a very good window here. It's always 50-50 whether you can have a good window in January, and I think we've had one. No players out, but Christensen in next season from Chelsea, and then Marko Rog in right now. Just think about how good we're going to be with Christensen in next season, and then our players continuing to grow. It's going to be good. Very happy with the progress we've made. Let's see where we finish season 3. So, not a bad season at all. We dropped down slightly in terms of our standings, but to be in 9th position, I am very happy about that. 51 points. Definitely think next season with Christensen coming in that we need to make a solid run for Champions League football, or at least Europa League, but 9th place, I will cop that. Chelsea win the league, and then Bournemouth, Crystal Palace and Norwich all get relegated. We didn't do anything in this year's FA Cup. Southampton do go on to win it though. We got eliminated in the round of 16 of the League Cup by Swansea. Everton went on to win that tournament. Spurs, wow, okay. Tottenham win the Champions League 2-0 over Real Madrid. And Napoli managed to win the Europa League final 3-0 over Wolfsburg. So here's a quick look at our squad report at the conclusion of our 3rd season in charge of Celtic. Pretty happy with the progress we've made so far. Very excited to see how some of the players grow over the next few seasons. I definitely think we should be able to do it. Not season 5, I don't think. Maybe 6 or 7 seasons. It's going to take a while, but slow and steady wins the race, I guess. Although not really. Thank God it's not a speed rebuild. But Christensen in next season. Our backline's going to be pretty damn quality. It's just about improving, consistently improving, upgrading and seeing how we go. So that is season 3 done and dusted. Christensen in next season, hopefully some more quality players. Let's do it. Let's do season 4. Alright, season 4 begins with another steal. I keep nailing the point home, but don't sleep on release clauses because you can take advantage of them big time. Bruno Fernandes is signing from Sporting for £33 million, which was his release clause. Valued at $37 million, we've got a steal. Welcome to Celtic, Bruno Fernandes. A deadline day departure here as Ryan Christie departs the club for Brighton. He has moved there for £10.2 million. So I mean, it's a quality window rather than a quantity window. Fernandes is just another piece to the puzzle, brick by brick, player by player, improving this Celtic squad until the point where we are contenders. Definitely think this squad can get us to the Champions League, but I definitely think it's not going to be the squad to win us the Champions League, that's for sure. I mean, right now, it is about patience. A lot of the players still have a decent amount of room to grow. I mean, Romagnoli probably going to go up 3-4 more overall. Tierney's got another 5-6 overall to go. Jedvaj has another 3-4. Everyone has, Chiesa has another 5-6 overall. Everybody is just growing and getting to their potentials eventually. We're just going to be patient here, so I'll check in halfway through season 4 and see what sort of standing spot we are in. Well, okay, I will happily cop that. About halfway through the season, 2nd place, Celtic in 2nd position. You beauty. Definitely thought we'd be able to push for Champions League this season, but to be in 2nd spot is definitely a dream position. Man United 5 points ahead of us. Liverpool 4 points behind us, so there's room to go up, room to go down. but I would be happy to stay in second, to be honest. Looking at the drop zone, Everton surprisingly in there, along with Newcastle United and Hull City. Arsenal also flirting with the edge of danger in terms of relegation. But let's see what we can do in terms of transfers. Not a heap of money to get to splash, but definitely some room to move. A massive, huge, words can't describe this transfer. Corentin Tolisso from Bayern Munich joins the club here. An absolute steal in my opinion. We got Özyakup, who was the midfielder from Turkey that we signed on a free in season 1. Put him in the deal, plus £36 million. And we signed the 89 rated Frenchman. That is going to be massive. Welcome to Celtic, Corentin Tolisso. Alright, so 1 hour to go in what has been an incredible transfer window. Tolisso might be the transfer that is going to get us Champions League football. This is what the starting 11 looks like. Don't take too much notice of the injuries, only out for a little bit of time, but our squad is quality. We just need some of these low 80 rated players to continue their development, get to the mid to high 80 ratings, and then we will be set. So let's see how we go at the end of our 4th season in charge of Celtic. So at the end of season 4, we have completed our goal for this season. Fellas, we have qualified for Champions League football in season number 5, 72 points. We ended up being really close to actually taking the title off Manchester United, but they managed to hold on and get top spot. Chelsea second, us third, Man City in 4th. And if we scroll down to the drop zone, it is going to be Southampton, Wolverhampton, and Hull City all relegated. Checking out the FA Cup, we really have not been doing well in the FA Cup. Manchester United end up winning that tournament. And we got eliminated by Manchester United in the round of 16 of the League Cup. They lost to QPR. Watford dominate Huddersfield 4-0 in the final. Spurs win the Champions League again. Wow. Spurs take down PSG on penalties in the Champions League final. I genuinely don't know what to expect next season with us being in the tournament. Can we go the whole way? Are we going to get knocked out in the group stages? I don't know. And in the Europa League, Leverkusen take down Roma to lift that title. So this 4th season was an absolute dream for us. Great signings, great results. We're in the Champions League. Bring on season 5. So I was looking at the whole of our starting 11 and thought, alright, Jedvaj, you've had your time, but you're lagging behind the rest of us. I've splashed the cash. We've gone and signed ourselves a top quality right back. João Cancelo, the Portuguese right back, signs from West Ham United for £32.8 million. Welcome to Celtic Football Club, João Cancelo. Alright, so since we finished 3rd, and I think it was because Tottenham won the Champions League, we have to go through the playoffs now. Technically we finished 4th. We're versing Aberdeen. Can we get through to the group stages? It's an all-Scottish affair that just clicks. So, taking things back a little bit, we're going to simulate it. A 3-0 road win. Romagnoli does pick up an injury. Hopefully not too serious. That is a big away win. Now let's get into the second leg. Alright, time for the home leg now. Celtic Park. Romagnoli's out for the next 2 months with an MCL injury, which is not good, but fortunately, we can just put Jedvaj in there. So, worked out that we went for a new right back because Jedvaj can play centre back. We're 3-0 up. It's going to take a monumental choke for us not to make the Champions League group stages. And it's another 3-0 win, but Christensen, don't tell me both our centre backs are going to be out injured. We're through to the group stages, but at what cost? At what cost, fellas? So we're going to be without both our starting centre-backs to start the season. Not what we wanted. 6 weeks on the sidelines for Christensen. Another brilliant window. Bringing in the player we wanted. You can't ask for much more. Let's hope we can make a good impact in the Champions League this season. I looked at the offers before, and they want us not there. Let's look at the Continental. They want us to reach the final. So the Celtic board certainly have higher expectations of us. I certainly agree that we can make an impact. Let's see what our Champions League group stage is looking like. Definitely an interesting group here. Milan, Sporting, and Rangers. So an old firm derby in the Champions League. Surely this is the first time in history that there's been an old firm Champions League derby, but AC Milan, Sporting and Rangers, can we get through to the knockout rounds? I definitely think so. Milan and Sporting always seem to be very good in the simulations, so in that aspect I'm a little bit worried, but we've got a good side. Let's see what the FIFA gods have in store for us. We'll simulate now. Well, that didn't exactly go to plan. I mean, 1 point away from qualification. We're out of the Champions League. I would assume we're in the Europa League now, but that's a big fat fail. I thought we could have gone the distance this year, knocked out in the group stages. Thanks FIFA gods, thanks for having my back, mate. Sporting are the dominant force in our group. AC Milan and us, it was really close between us two. If one of those goddamn draws turned into a win, we would have been there with Sporting, but we're out. Damn it. So now that makes qualifying for next season's Champions League super duper important. And we're sort of in the hunt for it at the moment. I mean, 4th place, we're definitely in the hunt, but in terms of our position, I would definitely like to be higher up the table. I think if we finished 3rd last year and we're only 4 points away, we can definitely win the league this season. So we need a big second half to the season, maybe buy a new player or two, but we'll find out. We're in January, let's see what we can do. This window was hard because I don't want to sell any of our players, but to have bought somebody new, I would have had to sell one of my players. And I don't want to sell any of my players. I want to win the Champions League with this squad. The players we have now are only going to grow. I really thought we were going to have a good shot at it this season. It didn't work out, but next season, I'm predicting Dembele, Fernandes, they're going to get to like 86 or so. Tierney might even get to 86. Christensen will get to 90, I would hope. Romagnoli, if he stays injury-free, would get to 87, 88. Chiesa might be able to get to 86 or 87. I'm hopeful, but I think we can definitely turn this into a good side just through patience. So let's go and make sure we qualify for the Champions League. We come within an inch again, an inch of winning the Premier League title, but we're through to the Champions League for a second straight season. We finish on 3rd position on 70 points, only missing out on 2nd place Man City by goal differential, and 3 points away from the top of the table. So hopefully next season we can do that and win the league. But looking at the drop zone, it's going to be Newcastle, Aston Villa and Crystal Palace all going down. But I'm just psyched to be in the Champions League for a 2nd year in a row. Okay, we did it. We managed to win the FA Cup. We took down, I think that might be Bristol Rovers in the round of 16. Then Leicester City in the quarterfinals, then Man City on penalties in the semi-finals, and finally West Bromwich Albion in the FA Cup final. Unfortunately, we couldn't do the same thing in the Carabao Cup, losing 2-1. No, we didn't even make it, sorry. Chelsea lost 2-1. Chelsea went on to win the Champions League 3-1 over Napoli. Oh, okay, we managed to win the Europa League. Get in there. So, we won the FA Cup, and we won the Europa League, so it's been a very good season for us. We get our hands on 2 pieces of silverware. We beat Man City in the round of 16, Saint Etienne in the quarters, Schalke in the semis, and Borussia Dortmund in the finals. So that definitely instills a lot of confidence heading into the Champions League next season. So that is probably our most successful season concluded. Yes, we fell out, not even graciously, we fell on our face straight out of the Champions League. Let's hope we can go far next year. I think we will. Let's get into Season 6 with the hoops. I was debating whether we splashed the cash or not to upgrade our midfield and sign a new centre midfielder, but I've done it. João Mario, 88 rated, 29 years of age, so I'm going for him because I want to win it this year. A 3 overall upgrade from Fernandes. His release clause, £53.2 million, could not turn up that offer. Welcome to Celtic, João Mario. So I mean, with João Mario in the side now, this is what our starting 11 looks like. It is incredible. Just need Romagnoli and Chiesa to improve a little bit, and Dembele, and then I think we will be just about there. Such a good side. Tolisso 89, Christensen 89. I am excited. We had about £20 million in the bank, so I thought, let's buy a quality insurance player that can step up if we get an injury on this road to hopeful Champions League glory. And I thought, Wojciech Szczesny, let's do it. So, the Polish goalkeeper, now 32 years of age, is going to join us here at Celtic for £20 million from Juventus. An 84 rated goalkeeper that has proven himself on the big stage. Great pickup, great backup goalkeeper. He's probably going to have a crap morale, but welcome to Celtic, Wojciech Szczesny. So it has been another successful deadline day, a successful window overall. Szczesny and João Mario in. I mean, if we can't win it this year, then there's something wrong. But let's go check out our Champions League group and hope that I haven't screwed us over. Okay, so definitely a more manageable group than last season, but that being said, we're not out of the water yet. I mean, Napoli made the final last year, I think, if my memory serves me correctly. Sevilla, always a tough side in European football. And Basel, I know for a fact they have some young players that are quality. Just a matter of whether they kept them at the club or not. But we need to hold our breath and pray that we qualify for the knockout rounds. I mean, with the squad we have now, if we don't even make it to the knockout rounds, that would be quite concerning. We're going to simulate it in 3, 2, 1. We qualified. Top of our group, baby. Napoli gave us a good run for our money. In fact, so did Sevilla. Only 3 points between all three of us. So that would have come down to the last day of the qualifications, or of the group stages. Basel didn't do much, but we're going through with Napoli. So looking at the knockout rounds, the round of 16, we're here for the first time, and we're taking on PSV Eindhoven. So thankfully not the hardest of opponents. Probably going to destroy us now that I've said that, but I'm very happy with that outcome. And halfway through the Premier League season, in season number 6, we are sitting in second position. Again, qualification to the Champions League, our number one priority. But Watford, almost doing a Leicester here. An invincible season so far for them at the halfway point. They're 10 points clear. Watford have killed it in this video. And then teams like Chelsea and Arsenal really struggling down the bottom end of the table, and Spurs. I'm going to be completely honest, although we didn't really have the finances to do anything massive, I just went through this entire window without even entertaining the thought of accepting offers. I'm a big fan of the squad we have right now. I mean, look at this team. It is incredible. Chiesa he hasn't gone up as much as I thought he would. But the squad is just Tolisso 89, Christensen 90. Even our bench is incredible. I mean, I've got to get Griffiths off there and put in Szczesny. But I can put Fernandes at striker. I can put him at attacking midfielder. It's just such a good squad. So much backup space. I think we are going to win it this year. If not, we'll make the appropriate changes. But it is a damn good side. So that's January, done and dusted. Let's get into the knockout round games against PSV. Alright, here we go, lads. The one negative heading into this game is Tierney, our captain, the left back, is out through suspension. So Jedvaj, even though he's not a left back, is going to come in and fill in that position. Romagnoli, a yellow card. Not the perfect start. We need to get away goals though. I'm sure PSV have quality players, but we definitely need to be getting on the score sheet and giving ourselves a big advantage headed into the second leg. Nothing happening at the moment. Don't tell me it's going to be one of those games. No, it's not going to plan at all. Lozano, PSV are 1-0 up. Oh dear. This is not what we were after. PSV have shocked us. We have a massive task headed into leg 2 now. Far out. Alright, leg number 2, fellas. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm extremely nervous. It would be so embarrassing after all the shit talking I've said if we got eliminated now. We're 1-0 down. We need an early goal. Dembele, you need to step up for us, mate. Cancelo steps up. Our right back of all players is going to step up and get us a goal that ties the overall legs up. Or Yazabal, Mikel, whatever his name is going to give us the lead. We're 2-1 up on aggregate. Cancelo, we have run away with it here in the second leg. The Portuguese right back is going to pick up a brace. They're going to get a goal back. We're going to get a fourth. We're going to be going through to the Champions League quarterfinals 4-2 on aggregate. Okay, so a very big test here. We can't afford to perform like we did against PSV in the first leg because we've been drawn up against Atletico Madrid. I mean, any team from now on isn't going to be an easy opponent, but Atletico Madrid are going to be a very good challenge here. Very excited to see what we're made of, and if we can take Simeone's men down. I mean, on one hand, I'm absolutely bricking it. On the other, I'm very confident. It's going to be interesting. Let's do it. Alright, here we're at Celtic Park for the first leg. Let's do it, boys. Let's not concede any away goals. If we can put in a performance like we did in the home leg against PSV, I'll be very happy. We won against PSV 4-1 in the home leg. We need to do that here. We need a strong start. They've got a really good side. Dolberg, Dembele does give us the lead. That is what we wanted. Dolberg is going to get them an away goal. It's the battle of the young, amazing strikers. They've got a great side as well. Mikel's going to give us the lead. Not a chance I'm going to attempt pronouncing his name. But we are up here. They get another away goal. Oh, Correa, another goal. We're 2-all headed into the second leg. Not the best, not the worst. They have 2 away goals, but the tie is still definitely in the balance. Alright, the away leg here, traveling to Madrid, hoping to put in a massive performance and come away with a semi-final berth. Let's do it, boys. Let's do it, Hoops. Come on, guys. Let's get an early goal here. We need to score. We can't concede. I mean, that needs to be the story for every football game in every game ever, but we need to make sure we really practice what we preach today. It is halfway through the game and it is 0-0. We get the away goal through Fernandes. 5 minutes on the field. Paulo Fernandes, or whatever his name is, Bruno Fernandes, I don't even know. But if it stays like this, we go through. Final 5 minutes, Areola gets an injury, but we are through. I really hope it's not a big injury, otherwise we might have to rely on Wojciech Szczesny. Okay, crisis averted. Only a bruised leg injury, but who is suspended? Tolisso is suspended for the first leg of our semi-final matchup, but I am more happy that Areola is only out for 3 days. Well, we took down one Madrid super team, now we have to take down another. It is going to be Celtic versus Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-finals. The other semi-final is Chelsea versus PSG. Now, Chelsea are 2-0 up, so they're looking pretty good at the moment, but we need to focus on ourselves. This is going to be so challenging. We know how good Real Madrid tend to be. Very interested to see the type of squad they have. Let's get into the Champions League semi-final and see if we can book ourselves a spot in the final right now. Alright, we head to the Santiago Bernabeu here for the first leg. Unfortunately, no Tolisso, which sucks big time, but we do have Fernandes who can come into the starting 11 and get the job done, hopefully. We need a big performance here. Berkey's in between the sticks for them. They've got Dyer. They've got Isco. We get an away goal. They've got Rashford who scores a goal. Batshuayi, Sterling, Asensio. They've got a bloody... Oh, that is such a good side. But we do have an away goal through Moussa Dembele. Dembele picks up a brace. This is a dream start. Can we get a third goal? Can Dembele get a hat-trick? Rashford gets a goal back for them, which isn't ideal. But we do have 2 away goals. Can we put a cherry on top? We cannot. A 2-all scoreline headed into the second leg. Alright, a massive performance is needed. A clean sheet is the most important thing for us today because we have 2 away goals. So Real Madrid are under enormous pressure to score a goal. We need to score early ourselves to really, I don't know, help set the tone and give us a big advantage. But Sterling does get an away goal here for them. We need to score now. If we score, we're still in the lead technically due to away goals rule. Somebody needs to step up. Dembele does. He makes it 1-1. But I'm not too excited yet because there is so long to go. 20 minutes to go. Come on. Hold on. If we can get a late goal here, that will secure it. We might not need it. We don't. Yes, boys. It is only just sunk in that we're going through to the Champions League final with Celtic. Dembele, thank you, mate. It is going to be an all-Premier League affair for the Champions League final, the 2023 Champions League final, as we face Chelsea. They have disposed of PSG in the semis. They defeated quite comfortably Wolfsburg in the quarters, and took down a giant in Bayern Munich in the round of 16. So both our clubs have had difficult runs to the final. It's going to make for quite an interesting matchup. Unfortunately, Romagnoli will not be competing for us. He is suspended, which means we get to keep our former right back in there. It is going to be Jedvaj stepping up to replace him. Taking a look at the other tournaments, Inter Milan did win the Europa League 3-2 over Monaco. We're going to finish third in the Premier League for the third year running, I believe. So we are going to get another chance next season, if we don't win tonight, to complete the rebuild. Watford win the league. Fair play, Watford. A team that I'm actually... Oh, do I want to say that? Do I want to drop that spoiler for you guys? I'm not going to rebuild them. I'm thinking of doing something else with them. Make of that what you will. But anyways, they win the Premier League. Arsenal got relegated. Oh my god, Arsenal got relegated. Holy crap. I want to go and see Arsenal Fan TV after this. What is DT going to think of that? Arsenal relegated. I mean, I do like Arsenal. I don't have anything against them, but that's just funny. That is hilarious. They're getting relegated alongside Preston and Huddersfield. We did win the Community Shield at the start of the season against Chelsea, so maybe that is saying something. But Chelsea knocked us out of the semi-final of the FA Cup, so we've had a real battle against Chelsea this season. They went on to win the FA Cup. And again, they knocked us out of the semi-final of the League Cup, and they went and won the Carabao Cup. So Chelsea looking to complete the treble, I think, if they take us down in the Champions League final. Holy crap. This is a big game for both of us in terms of a rivalry. We've had a mini rivalry with Chelsea this season. You're kidding me. We faced them in the Copa Europe as well. They won last year's Champions League. We won the Europa League. And we belted them in the Copa Europe 3-0. We have faced them in every single tournament this year. That is miraculous. So here is a look at our squad report ahead of the Champions League final against our, all of a sudden, arch nemesis Chelsea, that's kind of like what Leicester and Tottenham had the year when Leicester won the Premier League. Now, I'm quite upset that Romagnoli is missing the final. Was looking forward to using him, but Jedvaj is going to have to step up in his place and put in a world-class performance. He's been here since the start. He's got Celtic running through his veins at this point. This is going to be quite an interesting matchup. Very excited to see how some of these players perform, as I haven't used them yet in FIFA 18. But anyways, fellas, let's get into it. Let's get into the Champions League final. Celtic versus Chelsea. Chelsea versus Celtic, a newborn rivalry about to write a brand new chapter. Can we lift the title here in Munich? Let's find out. Yes, the chasing. Oh, he's won the tackle. Puts it in the middle. Open header. What a start to the game. That is the number one trick I can give you guys. When you are playing against the computer and you're defending in their half, just tap A. You guys could probably have heard me just button mashing A. That's all you have to do. They've gone, we've drawn in Callis, left Dembele open, clinical start. What a brilliant start. 1-0 up, only a few minutes into this Champions League final. He couldn't write it any more better. That is not good English either. Mikel going to João Mario. Tolisso going, we're passing it around. Dembele looking for a brace. He turns, he shoots, he scores. You're kidding me. Moussa Dembele, what a start to the final this guy has had. We turn, I don't know who it was, I think it was Azpilicueta. We have turned him into a parking cone. Look at this. We pass it back to him. Cuts around him. Azpilicueta, you are a parking cone, mate. What a move from Moussa Dembele. This guy has had the perfect start to the final. Top left-hand corner. This is a fairy tale start here against Chelsea. Oh, one of our players is down. We're still on the counter-attack, though. I'm playing counter-attacking football now that we have a 2-goal lead. Good stuff there from Mikel. He's got 2 Chelsea players in hot pursuit. We need some support. We're passing it around here. We're going to go. Tolisso outside the box! I can't believe what I am witnessing. You guys have seen the sliders I use. I'm using cutsy sliders, and we're 3-0 up, 25 minutes into the Champions League final. Too much space here for Tolisso. What a finish. Not even top corner. Just so much power on it to beat Courtois. This might be, this is the best start we have had ever to a Champions League final in the rebuilding series. I am in a state of utter shock at the moment. Come on, João Mario. What a game this guy's having. Oh. Pressure. Good stuff, Dembele. What a game Dembele's having. João Mario feeds it through. Oh, we can't get our boot to it first. We're all over Chelsea in this final. This is ridiculous. Kante running through here. João Mario in pursuit. They get the ball back, though. They need a goal now. Morata going through. We're trying to defend. They play it through. What a save from Areola. Cleared away. That could have been the opening for Chelsea in this game. We might be able to hit them on the counter-attack now. Rog. Going around here. João Mario. I'm holding it up for Tolisso. Corentin Tolisso going out wide. Kesa. It's still on. Get the ball. Tolisso. No! No! You are kidding me. 4-0 in the first half. Chelsea almost just scored a wonder goal. We have hit them on the counter-attack. 4-0. Tolisso with a brace. I'm not even joking when I say, oh, we're doing the Poznan, baby. What a celebration. I'm not even kidding when I say this is probably the most dominant game of FIFA I have had all year. 4-0 up in the Champions League final against Chelsea. I don't believe what I am witnessing. Come on, are we going to get there? We are. We're going to go Dembele. We're going to play it through. Rog needs a good touch. Goes back to Dembele. Going through. Come on. Clinton. Oh, Corentin. Dembele gets the follow-up. Dembele has the hat-trick. We are 5-0 up. I don't believe what I am witnessing. 5-0 with 50 minutes played. I don't know how we kept the ball around. I thought Tolisso had the goal there. That would have been such a beautiful goal. Dembele gets the follow-up. He's got a hat-trick, and we don't look like we're going to be slowing down. Wow. Here we go, Cancelo. Nice ball there to Chiesa. Had a pretty quiet game compared to a lot of the other players in our team. Tolisso looking for a hat-trick. Dembele's already got the hat-trick. We're going through here. We're passing it. Go back. Dembele looking for his 4th. Oh, I'm getting a bit ambitious now. Come on, we're all over them. We need to just slow things down. Try going for another goal here. Rog through. Tolisso. Oh my god, when he first made contact with, I thought that was going to be the friggin' hat-trick. Almost. We are honestly putting Chelsea to shame. Conte is going to be without a job soon. Beautiful stuff. Dembele. We're looking to make it 6. I see you making that run, Chiesa, but we're going to hold it up. Oh, we've got it through to Dembele. Now Chiesa's in a perfect position from that earlier run. He gets in on the act. That is 6. Chelsea, it's 6 to be you at the moment. What a game this has been. Dembele held it up beautifully, and the option to not pass it to Chiesa earlier in the play works out. We're going to win the Champions League title. See, look at that. He made the run in the middle, played it through, and I didn't think he was going to be able to finesse that one, but it's a lovely goal there. The biggest win we're going to have in rebuild history to my recollection. I don't know how Courtois didn't stop that one, but it is 6-0 with so much time to still go. Chelsea, they're going to get absolutely shamed here. There it is. That is full time in what is going to go down in the history books as the most dominant victory in rebuilding history. I am just looking forward to reading the comments of you guys saying that I'm cheating. If you want to see the sliders, they are, as always, linked down below. Thanks to Cutsy Gaming for the awesome sliders. We've already mastered them. But fellas, if you enjoyed today's Celtic rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video. Make sure you scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. And, oh god, I'm just still in shock. Check out my social media links, all that good stuff. I'll let you guys soak up the scenes and enjoy the title celebrations. It has been JarradHD here. I am out. Peace.
Fuck it with you, oh let me show you how. Find me another, you can't break me down. Under the covers. Touch just to break it. You thought that I would need it back, but you didn't know that I faked it. No tears, no heart attack. Leave it all behind. Love me.